Good afternoon, all. CamelbackTrading.org coming to you this Wednesday afternoon, July 15th, and we're looking at the market profile of the SPY ETF here on Window Trader. And we follow suit from the last two price probes. This price probe was accepted on a gap just like the last two, and just like the last two, the gap filled. We end up with a very, very nice, large rotational day. We don't go out with a price probe today. We battle last year's settlement at 321.86 for a good part of the day. We close above it by 12 cents. But the disappointing part is, at least in SPY, I know the ES took out their monthly high again from last year. We miss ours by, last month. We miss ours by 37 cents and then kind of sell off again. So again, is this a case of getting to the top of an 8-week balance and we're going to roll over, or are we gearing up to smash through it? That's going to remain to be seen. Our trading room had an incredible day as we called this market to a T, both sides of it. Everybody got rewarded for their work today. I love seeing that. So I'm very happy how today went in the trading room as far as my trades went. So I said I wasn't going to do anything right away in A period. I did not. I waited. We got below the opening, got down to the naked POC from the 13th, but stayed above that lower half of the distribution, took a long play, and it worked. B period. Let me see what I did. I have to see what I did here a lot of times because the day becomes a blur after talking all day. So that was the one trade I took in A. Then in C period, here it was. C. So we one time frame down in B, which kind of surprised me a little bit with the indices high in the gap. But then C took that out. In fact, we went back and forth, A, B, C, D, back and forth. I took a long in C period, right around the opening, looking to pop the top and get at least the 13th high, which is exactly what it did. Took it off because now we were getting near the balance high. Okay, D period. D came down, took out C's low. Now, I didn't do anything right away. Flushed out pretty good. I did take a short against B's low. Made small on some. Lost on the balance when we came back into range. I was like, that's fine. Took that off. That was my only loss of the day, and it was a very small one. Then my home run trade. E opened up. E pushed higher, came back down. It was dancing around. I took a short. I was like, I think we're gonna finally get into this gap. E came down, added on. And when it took out D's high, went back, added on below the initial balance, flushed out for a really nice home run trade. I got long. I forgot what I was long initially. I think it was 20, and then I added. I was along about 110 at one point, so I added 60 or 70 and wrote it down for a beautiful trade. It was my best trade. Well, it was that and M period were probably my two best trades of the day. That was a beautiful trade on that short. Then I didn't do anything. G period, I missed a long in G. I was looking for a long in G to stop the one-time framing down, because we had a chance for a trend day down and the singles got filled. This was a beautiful risk-reward trade that I didn't take, G. Didn't take out E's low, didn't take out M's high from yesterday. Remember, we had a huge price probe from yesterday. It got into it by like 50 cents, but it was over $2.50. This was beautiful risk-reward. Didn't take it, went up, finally took out F's high. Just didn't pull the trigger. It happens. Then I took a short in I against H's high. It went above a little bit, came in, back to POC. That worked out beautifully. POC was A's low for a good part of the day till it got raised again in M period. Okay? So that was the short I took in I. I did it again in J, looking for it to go back to POC. It did that. I took a long in L. L now flushed out. And I said to the room, and this is where the room really got on board. I had a small short there, right? I said, if the buyers in IJK aren't getting much, we're going to flush before we try to go back up. We had a reversal bar in J that it reversed in 2 minutes and 20 seconds. It's probably the fastest reversal bar I've ever seen. We took out eyes low and less than 2 minutes took out eyes high. So everybody here ripping up was longs. So when they couldn't get much in J and K, I said they're going to give it back. Now I didn't add in K because it kept looked like it wanted to try to take out J's high, which it did by 2 ticks, and go for the opening. And then it finally flushed. So I had that small put play, rode that down, but that's okay. Then I was looking for the afternoon pullback low. Started a long position at J's low in L, added really good size of the 321 calls at like 91 cents. And then it ripped up, started taking them off, started selling them up to and including $1.40. So I had some pretty good trades today. E short, L's long, and then again in M. M opened, it got away from me. I'm like, I hope it pulls back. This is before we took out J and K's high. I said, I hope it pulls back to give me an opportunity. And it did. And again, I took a nice size trade. And I'm sorry, that was the ones I bought the 91 cents. I forgot which ones I bought in L. But L, I still bought good size here and worked out. M, I bought the 91 cents of the 321 calls. And they went up, I'm sorry, to $1.40. So, E, the short I took in E was a beauty because I added on to its size at initial balance low, and then we finally rolled and got the gap. L's long and M. And those trades, they weren't taken for no reason. I added size because we were below the initial balance. We were one time framing down, and I thought the odds were now good to fill the gap. Same here. I added size because I didn't think we would get to E and G's low, and I was ready to add more size there. Value was higher. We had a higher POC that I thought odds of going back to were good. And the same in M. I thought the odds, we had J and K high, were very close together. I thought the odds of getting them were very good. That's why I took those trades for size. So, there's always a reason behind it. And I let you know if I'm in size and I'm wrong, and I hold on to it. You know, I'm honest with that too. So, all right, destinations for tomorrow. Today's high is at upside 323.04. Then we don't have anything to last month's high of 323.41. The question is, did the Bulls lose their opportunity to get it, or are we ready to bust through it? 324.61 daily high, 325.21 afternoon rally high from the 24th of February, and then that huge one, 325.85 weekly high, and then filling that huge gap, 332.58, 673-point gap from February 24th. For the downside, first destination will be 321.36, which is, let me just make sure here. Why is my machine looks like it's showing something different? But I believe it's M's low, 321.36, which we would 10 wide. I'll have to check that, but that's what I'm sticking with for now. Then I'm using L as the afternoon pullback low of 320.19. Today's low of 319.27, and then the price probe of 317.67, which held very nicely today. And then 314.52 afternoon pullback low from yesterday. And now let's go to the charts. I know this is a little longer, this video. I apologize, but I think it's important. If you like watching them, the reasons I do those trades. Monthly, one time framing up. Right now, the biggest hurdle is we have to get above last month's high. Right? Have to get above it. If we can't get above 321.41, now it's funny, we're showing 323.41 as this month's high. That was our pre-market high. You talk about mechanical to the tick. That's going to change tomorrow morning. So at 323.04 right now is the monthly high. Last month's high, 323.41, is what we have to get above. Weekly, again, yes, beautiful performance coming back today, no doubt. But until we get above and get accepted above 323.41, nothing has changed for me, and it's just an 8-week balance. Daily, same thing. We're trading this balance back and forth right now, right? 310.68 is the new bottom of the balance. Stretched it the other day. We got down to 312 yesterday. Now 2 out of the last 3 days, we're trying to get above this monthly balance. Still calling the balance. All right, let's get 2 days in a row of one time framing up and get accepted above here, and then I'll go full long. I'm sorry, full up in the daily. Anyway, I hope you had a good day trading. Have a great night, and we'll speak prior to the opening tomorrow.